I don't know if there's any legitimacy to the this idea that Kanye West being backed by Republicans to like steal the black vote. It seems too like, it's so racist though. Like, it seems so racist that it could be the case. It seems so racist, the story that like Republicans have been aiding Kanye West's bid to get the 2020 ballot. And the reason why it's racist is because like this notion that like Kanye West is going to be able to captivate black people just because he's black is like completely oblivious to the reality of how black people vote. Like, it literally doesn't work like that. It just does not work like that. And you don't need to look any further than how black people wanted to vote in the 2008 primaries against motherfucking Barack Obama because they wanted to vote for Hillary Clinton. Okay? Until Obama won Iowa. Black people don't work that way. I don't know how else to describe this. Like, it's already a hard concept to go through without while you're using exaggerated language or whatever. In this country, at the very least, as far as demographics goes, black people are the closest you have to a monolith when it comes to their voter patterns. And this notion that like black people would ignore the craziness of Kanye West exclusively to and vote for him at a time when they definitely want Donald Trump to get the fuck out of office. This notion that they would like vote for Kanye West is so stupid. It's so stupid and pretty racist too on top of that, that like I can believe that Republicans would believe it because the person that came up with this strategy would be a racist. I also simultaneously believe that like liberals in media are out of touch and relatively racist, and that's why they would probably believe it too. Hasan equals assuming all black people will vote for Kanye is racist. No, I'm not even saying all black people would vote for Kanye. I'm saying that even thinking that a significant enough percentage of black people would vote for Kanye is completely idiotic. Black people are very conservative voters. They do not want to rock the boat. They are as monolithic as you can get with an entire demographic of people when it comes to their voting patterns. Obviously, when nothing else, but when it comes to their voting patterns, they are, how else do I describe it outside of like defensive voters? And by the way, I've gotten owned into oblivion for having these sorts of takes by the very same people who are now on my side too. If the black community would be duped by Uncle Tom and vote off skin color, then Herman Cain and Ben Carson would have been in office. No. We're not even talking about that. Like, that's besides the point. Yeah. Black people don't vote for representation. I think the best example that I can give you is literally Barack Obama. Historically, the demographic favors the safe candidate. Yes. Here's the thing. When I say black voters, I'm talking about older black voters, okay? Some of them that have even more capital than younger black voters, because most younger demographics just have no capital whatsoever. We're all in this shitty ass situation. Older black voters tend to have more capital than younger black voters. They tend to vote they tend to vote in unison, and they tend to vote for the safest option. Chris Hayes covered it, so let's take a look. My point was this. From all of my conversations with black writers, black journalists, and black friends that I have that, especially those who live in the South, the thing that I've been able to realize is that they recognize that both sides are fucking racist, and that they want to go with the side that they know. They want to go with the people that won't rock the boat for them. Okay? That's it. And this notion that like black voters, especially amongst the voting population that like definitely go out and vote, the idea that like black people were going to go and wait in line for 4 hours to vote for Kanye West is so psychotic and so racist that I think that it's partially uplifted by also out of touch white people in the media, making it a larger issue than it is, and also was maybe an idea that like Republicans tried to do, because you would have to be a racist to think that.
So here's what happens. There's a reporter. His name is Matt Smith. Matt's with WISNT TV out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Channel 12. He camped out at the election, and this is what he got.
How many signatures did you collect?
That video had the feel of a local reporter being somewhere in the right place, the right time, and catching someone in the act. That woman who he asked the question of really did not seem to want to be on camera. And there's a really good reason for that. The woman you see there, right there, giving the no comment, she is a Wisconsin lawyer. Her name is Lane Ruland. And as recently as last week, Lane Ruland was representing Donald Trump's presidential campaign in court. She is a Republican elections lawyer who worked for the Republican National Committee during the 2016 recount in Wisconsin, okay? But she was not at the Elections Commission building doing business for the President of the United States or for the Trump campaign, no. She was dropping off ballot signatures in an effort to get this man on the presidential ballot in Wisconsin, Kanye West. But there was a filing deadline yesterday in Wisconsin. And so what did you have? You had this a Republican election lawyer who works for Trump's campaign, who worked on the 2016 election trying to get him elected, trying to get Kanye West on the ballot. And it was not just her. At least 5 Republicans are involved in trying to get West on the ballot in various states, including a convention delegate for Donald Trump and a guy who was under consideration to be Trump's campaign manager in 2015. Republicans know that Donald Trump cannot win with a majority of the country. He is just extremely and enduringly unpopular from when he was elected to now. So think about this. How do you become president when you're unpopular? How do you win the presidency? In order to win the presidency, Republicans basically need to do a bunch of things. They need to stack up a bunch of things to pull out what they did last time. One thing they have to do is try to split the anti-Trump vote, because remember, that's a majority of the country. Republicans are obviously pinning their hopes on Kanye West to siphon off enough votes to squeeze Donald Trump through.
This is just a wild stretch, dude. It is such a stretch. And I would even go so far as to say it's embarrassing that Chris Hayes would engage in this, because I really do like him. I would say that he is the furthest most left news broadcaster. And it is so weird that this is like being covered as a real story. Yeah, a couple Democratic a couple Republican election lawyers are working alongside Kanye West. Is it probably being directed by other Republicans? Certainly. But again, it doesn't matter. Kanye confirms in an interview just now that he's only running to siphon votes from Biden. New, Kanye West indicates in a Forbes interview via text that he is in fact running to siphon votes from the presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden. It's such a dumb fucking operation, dude. It's so fucking stupid. We really need to stop paying attention to Kanye West. Why is he admitting it? Because he's a fucking idiot. Hasan had it wrong hardcore. What do you mean Hasan had it wrong hardcore? I'm talking about how I said it could have been a possibility that Republicans might have done this because that's how racist they are. That doesn't mean Hasan had it hardcore. The only part I'm completely correct on, which is I'm still completely correct on, is the fact that Kanye wasn't siphoning votes because he's incapable of siphoning votes. I said that it just won't fucking work. Kanye had a 15% approval rating among African Americans. Very little polling on this, but when Kanye went, MAGA CNN found him with 15% favorable rating with black voters, 20 points below his numbers with Republicans. Apart from Sunday services, has he had a concert tour since he became a Trump fan? Nobody. And I mean, nobody is stupid enough to fucking vote for Kanye West. Like, no one. He's not going to siphon a significant amount of votes from Republicans, and he's not going to siphon a significant amount of votes from Democrats. Okay, that's my take.